Read the lads and lasses, how we're doing, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. The majority of you will be off school, so if you are off school, you are obviously going to be having not only a fantastic day, but a fantastic week as well. But in today's video, we have got quite a bit of transfer news involving the in-demand and soon-to-be free agent, Tosin Adarabioyo. Honestly, he's been regarding Newcastle United so much recently, and sources even sort of reporting that it will be a done deal. It came out yesterday by Sky Sports that Chelsea have now offered the soon-to-be free agent a contract at the London club, and Manchester United remain interested in the 26-year-old. Not good news for Newcastle United. We'll get into the video and why I believe it might now be hard to sign Tosin Adarabioyo. And of course, as you can see by the thumbnail, in other transfer news, Newcastle United are now interested in the 21-year-old goalkeeper, James Trafford. He did not have a great season last season at all, but he's still 21 years old. Would it be a good move for the 21-year-old to come to Newcastle United and be a backup / replacement / soon to be taken over a Nick Pope player in Newcastle United? You let me know down below if you would take James Trafford at Newcastle. But as always, we'll get into the news of Trafford after Adarabioyo, and of course what type of player he is, what we can look out for, and why I think he is a good move coming to Newcastle United. So of course, if you do enjoy the video, lads and lasses, hit the thumbs up button as always, and if you are new to the Geordie Josh channel, subscribe down below for all Newcastle United content. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So we will start off with Tosin Adarabioyo, and it was reported by Sky Sports yesterday that Chelsea have offered Tosin Adarabioyo a contract at the London club. Now, it was reported that Newcastle United offered Tosin £100,000 per week. Some people raised a fair few question marks over that, but it has been reported by many other sources that Chelsea have offered a considerably amount more per week than Newcastle United. What on earth that'll be, we do not know, but it's got to be a lot of money. It has been said by Sky Sports though that negotiations remain with Newcastle United, and yet again we were the first ones to move to Tosin, whether that sort of, you know, makes him lure over at Newcastle United, that we showed interest first, and from the get-go we wanted Tosin Adarabioyo. We do not know, but it is also said in the same article that Manchester United are interested in the soon-to-be free agent. If Newcastle United can pull off this transfer, not only would I be impressed, but I'd be very surprised as well. Not so long ago we were all thinking, yeah, Kylian Adarabioyo will be the first players to come through the door. Mail Sport were even reporting in one video that I made that he will be the first announced player to Newcastle United season. Where on earth is that went now, lads? But look, he's still not out the window, and we are still the furthest progressed in this deal, and we are still number one in this race. But I believe it will be very hard to sign Adarabioyo. Now, of course, if Chelsea are interested in him, they're going to give him a higher wage in Newcastle United. Fulham and Chelsea, there's actually 3 miles between Stamford Bridge and Fulham's ground, of course, Craven Cottage. The distance between Craven Cottage, which of course is his current team, Fulham, and Newcastle United Stadium, is 293 miles. He'll have to move house, he'll have to move his family, whereas if he was going to Chelsea, he's getting more money, and of course, he doesn't have to move his house or his family, so it pretty much is ideal. Manchester United, on the other hand, the other interested team in Tosin Adarabioyo, they have Europa League football. It's European football, and it's a bigger chance to get game time for the 26-year-old, which at his age is a peak time in many people's careers, so he wants to be getting game time. If Newcastle United had have got Conference League football, this would have been perfect, and it looked like he would have been a dead set player. In talking about playing time, there's one main reason, which is playing time, to why I think Tosin Adarabioyo will come to Newcastle United. Let's just take a look at Man U and Chelsea centre-back availability right now. We'll start off with Manchester United, them two starting centre-backs in Harry Maguire and Lisandro Martinez, the Butcher. How on earth has he got that nickname? He's like the most unlikely footballer to have that in the world. But them two centre-backs will be Manchester United starting centre-backs next season, no doubt about it. We do have, I certainly don't represent them, they do have Rafael Varane, who is leaving the club at the end of the summer, but they've still got young centre-backs like William Cambuala, I think it is, who has played a fair few games for Man United, coming through the ranks. He'll need game time whether he goes out on loan, and puts another centre-back out of the equation for Manchester United. Victor Lindelof, yet another centre-back who is pretty much just cover. So, Varane does leave a space kind of opened in that Manchester United team, but not a starting space in Man United's team. Moving on to Chelsea, on the other hand, they are absolutely stacked at centre-back. Fofana, Badiashile, Disasi, Colwill, Chalobah, Alfie Gilchrist and Malang Sarr, and of course Thiago Silva, who has announced he is leaving at the end of the season. But if you take a look at the centre-backs that I've just said there, how many have they got and why on earth do they want another one? Yet again, Silva is leaving at the end of the season, but just these three centre-backs in themselves, in Levi Colwill, Wesley Fofana, and of course Benoit Badiashile, are all 23 years old or younger, so them players in themselves are going to need game time. Even European football won't be enough to keep changing your centre-back line every single game. Adarabioyo, if he has any ambition, he'll come to Newcastle United for game time, not Chelsea. Newcastle United, as of now, as of course we all know, Sven Botman is out with an ACL injury and will be out for quite a long time. That estimated return time has not yet been confirmed. People, of course, can estimate, but a set one has not been confirmed. Jamal Lascelles, who of course wouldn't really tamper with Tosin's game time anyways, Tosin would be getting ahead of him, is also out with an ACL injury. So what would it be? Would Tosin be starting at Newcastle United? In my opinion, I think he would, but it's a very, very sticky one. Tosin, of course, is a right centre-back. He's right-footed. He would be playing at right centre-back. Where does that leave Fabian Shaw? Does he go left centre-back, where then Big Dan Burn's been performing exceptionally recently? It's a very sticky one, but yet again, I think Newcastle United, to sort of get Tosin to come to the club, will have to say, you're going to have to start every single game to kind of get them over Chelsea, which is right next to his house, where his family are getting more money. Man United, who have European football and closer to his home, not by a lot, by the way, but still it is closer to home. We're going to have to do a lot to pull this one off. But lads, look, we will then move on to James Trafford yet again. Chelsea have offered a contract to Tosin Adarabioyo. The move is now in doubt, but moving on to James Trafford. It's been reported by the Mail Sport that Newcastle United are eyeing a move for the 21-year-old Burnley goalkeeper James Trafford. Now, of course, he will not come into Newcastle United and be our number one goalkeeper, but instead, Newcastle United aren't even looking for a backup. Well, of course, he would be a backup, but he's actually coming to rival Nick Pope as a number one goalkeeper. The club and ourselves as well will never ever doubt Nick Pope's quality, but yet again, it's that reoccurring and worrying, especially for a goalkeeper, shoulder injuries that Nick Pope unfortunately keeps receiving. Now, people have been slacking James Trafford off, saying he's absolutely terrible. He conceded 62 goals in 28 games in the Premier League last season. Lads, he's 21 years old. Just to put that into perspective, by the way, because of course we have 17-year-olds and Lewis Miley playing for us at one point in the season. So 21-year-old, you know, he should have a level head on him. Not for a goalkeeper. That is exceptionally young for a goalkeeper. And to have any sort of Premier League experience is very valuable, by the way. Yet again, it's only 2 clean sheets in 28, conceding 62 goals. It's not the best, but if we take this into context, he's 21 years old, he's played in the Premier League. Where was our fantastic Nick Pope at 21 years old? He was on loan at Welland United in the National League South. That pretty much puts it in perspective, doesn't it, lads? To be fair, look, he went straight from League One with Bolton Wanderers straight into the Premier League. No Championship football in his life. League One to Premier League. He's took a big jump, and to be fair, if you take a look at the defence in front of him, it was very, very poor. Now, of course, there's players with quite a bit of quality in there. That Belgian lad, Assignon at right back, they are all very young, but they aren't just yet Premier League quality. He didn't have the best in front of him throughout the whole team, hence why they got relegated, but yet again, you cannot blame him whatsoever. He started 28 games in the Premier League last season and yet again conceded 62 goals, keeping 2 clean sheets. It's not a great record, but when you take a look at the team around him, I think it was managed pretty poorly from company sometimes, although he done fantastic in the Championship. Premier League is a complete different ballgame, money and all that sort of stuff. But do you think James Trafford to Newcastle United would be a good move for all parties? Now, in my opinion, I am going to say it would be a good move, but wait, Mamardashvili, the Georgian goalkeeper who we all pretty much love to say the least, I think would be, and undoubtedly would be, a very much easier and a better option as well. He would cost us £30 million, where yet again James Trafford would cost Newcastle United £20 million. Mamardashvili, in my opinion, right now, he is 2 years older, but he is the better goalkeeper, and he will have the better future. 6'6", and distribution, ball playing attributes, I think he's an absolutely fantastic goalkeeper. James Trafford, on the other hand, although he is young, I would much rather have Mamardashvili, but if we bought James Trafford, I wouldn't be complaining whatsoever. You will let me know down below, who would you rather have, or if we're putting Mamardashvili out of the sort of situation, would you still take James Trafford at Newcastle United? But that is today's daily news video, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, yet again, hit the thumbs up button, and of course subscribe if you are new. I've been Josh. Go and enjoy your day, people.